This is the best recent sci-fi fantasy news that has me so pumped, which I know is a bad thing because at least one of these shows is going to let me down. Horribly. First, I'm going to start with the Netflix The Witcher news, just because I'm most pumped for that. So the showrunner, Lauren Hisrich, shared that, yeah, Game of Thrones opened the door for The Witcher TV series to be made on Netflix, but it's nothing like Game of Thrones. So she shared, I always like to say that The Witcher is its own complete thing, but truthfully, Game of Thrones opened a door at least. It's about family and monsters. What we get to bring to it, which is different from other fantasy shows, is you're going to see a ton of monsters and a ton of magic. There are times where I will refer to our show as a magical horror show. Magical horror show sounds so absolutely amazing. As for it being a Game of Thrones ripoff, obviously it's not. The Witcher series was created before the first novel of A Song of Ice and Fire, A Game of Thrones, so that's just weird and shows that people have no idea what they're talking about. But that's going to be something thrown around quite a bit over the years for any fantasy show. Oh, it's just a Game of Thrones ripoff, so you're gonna have to get used to stupid people saying that. Sorry. Next, Anya, who plays Yennefer, talked about how it's scary for The Witcher to possibly blow up in popularity like Game of Thrones did, and she worries that then her life will blow up too. She also said how it was really overwhelming to meet so many people that were fans of The Witcher and looking forward to the Netflix series, and then she realized, oh, all these people are on my side. Oh, you poor sweet child. Wait till you piss off some of the fan base with some decision you didn't even make. The director, the showrunner did, and you start getting death threats. Good luck. Okay, next, and also super exciting, we got an official release date for HBO's Watchmen series, which is a sequel, you could say. It's set decades in the future from the Watchmen graphic novel, which is canon in this universe, so that rocks. The first episode will premiere on October 20th, and it will be Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And I am definitely watching and reviewing the show and also doing breakdown videos of the graphic novel for people that maybe just never got into it or need a refresher. There was also some interview details from the showrunner and creator on what we should expect for the series. One, the world of Watchmen will have strict gun controls and police will have limited access to firearms. 2, we're talking a full 10 on the weird scale for the show. The creator wanted to give original fans of the graphic novel something, but also for brand new fans to jump into and not be confused. However, he thinks regardless of your level of knowledge of the graphic novel, the show's pilot is going to be weird and confuse a lot of people. I am all in for weird, especially right before Halloween. Okay, let's move on to the MCU. So we now know that we're getting a She-Hulk, a Ms. Marvel, and a Moon Knight TV series on Disney+. That on top of what we already knew, we were getting a WandaVision TV series, we were getting a Loki TV series, and a Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV series on Disney+. But now we have more information on the WandaVision series. We are being promised that the show is going to be fresh and weird, and a sitcom style that dovetails from the Doctor Strange sequel, so kind of what the fuck. Paul Bettany actually shared on the series a bit, saying, I don't think that myself or Lizzie have ever been more surprised when Marvel Studios president Kevin pitched the idea to us. He pitched this idea for a sort of 6-hour movie that I would never have thought of in a million years, which is why he is the one earning the really big bucks. It's so avant-garde, and weird, and messed up, and then moves seamlessly into more familiar territory. But the place where it starts is so odd. So here's my weird initial theory for the WandaVision TV series. I think maybe Wanda with her reality-bending powers created a reality where her and Vision can live, or maybe she went to an alternate universe or reality where she died but Vision lived. Elizabeth Olsen actually added to this theory when she said in an interview, we get to play around with a totally different genre with these characters that we have based in reality. One, this planet Earth, where it could also be exploded by aliens or whatever. That reality. We've based it there and now. We get to morph them into a sitcom universe and get to be stylized. We get to play around as actors. And we get to play around with time period. It's just going to be a wild ride that's going to morph back into the familiar world that we know of Marvel. It's going to be a mashup. I was on WandaVision, the TV series, to be honest, but after that interview with both of them, I'm really fucking intrigued, so let's wait for a trailer, and then I'll probably go absolutely nuts. Moving on, Kit Harington was announced last week that he would be in the Eternals movie playing Black Knight. Well, Kevin Feige is hinting that Kit Harington might have a bigger role in the MCU. So Kevin shared on Kit, "He's a really amazing actor, and this part came up in the Eternals film that we're doing. We were so happy when he agreed to join. And it is a part that could perhaps grow into something else in the future." So this could be more than a one and done for Kit, which has me really excited for myself and also for him. Also, I'm really looking forward to him reuniting with Richard Madden, who played Robb Stark on Game of Thrones. Also, I can't wait to see Kit in black again. Okay, let's move on to Star Trek news, because Star Trek Picard has wrapped up shooting, and God, I'm hoping this show doesn't suck, because they've really been messing up Star Trek lately. Jonathan Frakes is actually assuring us that the show is going to be amazing, but I don't know. I don't always trust hype from people working on a show, but in case you do, he said this: "I have the privilege of reading the first couple of episodes, and I've spent some time with Patrick, who is so engaged. Sorry. It's wonderful. It's smart. I'm excited about it. He is obviously more excited." Jonathan also admitted that he was nervous coming back to play Riker again, so he shared, "I hadn't acted in a long time. I hadn't played Riker in 18 years, and I've been very fortunate to be busy directing. I acted briefly in a movie in Winnipeg about 10 years ago, and I had a major anxiety attack because, for whatever reason, I forgot how to act. I was not a pretty picture for a few hours. I got my shit together and ended up doing fine. I just directed 2 episodes of Picard with Sir Patrick, and, as I said, his acting muscle was well-toned. And Marina had just closed having starred in a play in the West End in London, so I knew she was going to be in good form. So I was a nervous wreck. It ended up going very well, but don't let anybody tell you it's like getting back on a bike. That's bullshit. That's acting bullshit." I guess I hadn't been following his career since Star Trek, so I didn't realize he hadn't been acting that much. Still, I'm sure he's fine. In other news, Suicide Squad, the sequel to it, being directed by James Gunn, which I think is the only reason why a lot of people are going to give Suicide Squad a second chance. Well, Peter Capaldi is now actually going to be in the movie, and there are rumors that Pete Davidson will be as well, though his role will be more of a cameo. And supposedly they're doing a table read next week, and then they're actually going to start filming really soon, so I'm so nervous and excited, but hey, they have Nathan Fillion in this movie, so I'll watch it regardless. In absolute bullshit news, it's being reported that HBO's Westworld Season 3 is only going to be 8 episodes instead of 10. Why, HBO? Why? Although Westworld has already been renewed for a 4th season, so I guess things could be worse, but still, 8 episodes? HBO's holding down on us. Let's end on DC news and that certain person that's playing Batman now. So Rob Pattinson talked about playing Batman in the movie The Batman, and while I'm still not enthused by him playing Batman, I guess worse things could happen. I mean, I didn't take to the change.org petition like some people did, which he actually commented on and was surprised there wasn't more of a backlash than what he saw, and he thinks it's fun to be the underdog with no expectation on you. I guess I totally missed the change.org petition for him not to play Batman, but I do kind of feel bad for him for having to see that, but at the same time, he seems to be doing okay with it, so. Also, he let us know that putting on the batsuit can be super humiliating, so on that he shared, "I put it on. I remember saying, Matt, it does feel quite transformative. He was like, I would hope it does. You're literally in the batsuit. You do feel very powerful immediately, and it's pretty astonishing, something that is incredibly difficult to get into. So the ritual of getting into it is pretty humiliating. You've got 5 people trying to shove you into something. Once you've got it on, it's like, yeah, I feel strong. I feel tough, even though I had to have someone squeezing my butt cheeks into the legs." Yeah, as someone that has severe claustrophobia where I do not like any pressure on my upper chest or neck, I would probably just start screaming uncontrollably. Or crying. I did that when I put on a wetsuit for scuba diving. Also, funny enough, he was next to Christopher Nolan when he got the call that he would be officially playing Batman, so he asked him for some tips on how to move better in the Batsuit, which is kind of adorable. Finally, on him as Batman, he may have let it slip that he'll be doing a future movie with Phoenix's Joker, so that would actually be really cool. Alright, that is your sci-fi fantasy recent news update. Like, subscribe, and come back for more videos.